other than it's rumored to be in development right now by Nintendo, that's pretty much it. The Nintendo Switch is one of the best-selling consoles of all time. When it was released 7 years ago, we were introduced to a new way of experiencing these games. Being able to play on the go and at home through docking the system, not to mention all of the incredible games that have come out on it, like Super Mario Odyssey and Tears of the Kingdom, it's no wonder why this console is still focused on today. But with how long it's been out now, there's now rumors that Nintendo is preparing to release what's been coined as the Nintendo Switch 2. Rumors are everywhere regarding this system, and it's getting difficult to keep up with it all. So I've compiled what I could find out about this new system and want to talk about what's really likely to happen. First off, many are saying that this new Switch could release around sometime after March of this year. Now last year, Nintendo announced that they weren't releasing anything new with hardware until the next fiscal year, so that lines up. Others are saying that it could release later in the year, specifically around the holidays. This would be a great move on Nintendo's part, since they'd be going right up against PlayStation, as they're reportedly being rumored to also release their new console, the PlayStation 5 Pro, a topic for another time. However, I'm thinking of a different release date. In the future, I could see Nintendo announcing the console soon, between March and June. During this time, Nintendo would be receiving many pre-orders and hyping up this console as much as possible. For any company to just release a console and go, "Here it is," would be selling it wrong. So if these rumors are to be believed, I'd say an announcement could come sooner than we think, followed by a full release of the console sometime around September and November. New games could be announced, we'll learn about the console over time, and news will be able to spread about it. Now, don't hold your breath about that. As I'm recording this video, apparently there's now new rumors that have come out saying that the console could release sometime in 2025. It's important to remember that these are just rumors at the end of the day, but all of these rumors do tend to show that we want something from Nintendo. As for the price, that I think we can get more specific on. The original Nintendo Switch released at $300 in America. Later, when the Nintendo Switch OLED display was released, that retailed for $350. I think it's safe to say that this new console will keep the display, or at the very least, have something similar. Sharp, the company behind the current Nintendo Switch displays, has hinted that they're working on a new LCD panel for a new gaming console. I wonder who that could be for. With the improvements made on this new console, I'd say it could easily cost between $400 and $450. I know, $450 is a bit high, especially when we're talking about the follow-up to an already existing console. But just to be safe, I'd expect it to be more than less. I still think it'll be closer to $400 when it releases, but it doesn't seem likely that it'll be cheaper than that. As for the console itself, there's lots to talk about how powerful it'll be. The original Nintendo Switch was never meant to be as powerful as its competitors. If anything, it tried to emulate what the Wii did and provide fun times for everyone. Whether you enjoy playing games with great graphics or enjoy a more laid-back game, the Switch was here. If there's one console out there that has earned the right to say that they're a family console, I think we can all agree that it goes to the Switch on this one. So for the next Switch, I'm sure it'll come up with a little more power than the original, but not as much as people are expecting. Recently, news broke that it may include a custom-made NVIDIA chip, and while I could see this helping the console, I don't see much else helping it. Overall, expect the console to be more powerful than the original Switch, but not by much. At best, I could see the screen getting a little bigger and hopefully a better battery life. Alright, enough waiting. Let's talk about what this Switch could do. And let's start with the big one: backwards compatibility. Look, if it was any other gaming company, I wouldn't be sure on this. But since we're talking about Nintendo here, I don't have a doubt that backwards compatibility will be on the new console in some way. I mean, just think about it. The Wii was able to play GameCube games, the Game Boy Advance played Game Boy games. Many systems already in place by Nintendo use backwards compatibility. And with the library the original Switch already has, it'd be silly not to include it. Along with this, the new Switch is said to be similar to the original Switch, with Joy-Cons being able to be taken out for docked play. It's worked before and is what people think of when talking about the Switch. I would like the Joy-Con drift to be less of a problem though. That would be nice. From the rumors, it's also said that we could be looking forward to some incredible games. Of course, a new Mario Kart Party and 3D title are said to be in the works. No shock there. A Bayonetta trilogy could be introduced, along with the new Zelda game, and what everyone has been talking about, Metroid Prime 4, a game that's been in the works since 2017. It's said to be more of an emotional and cinematic experience than the previous games in the series. There is also talks about the Final Fantasy VII remake being on the new console and running just like it does on the PlayStation 5. No, it's not. No, that's ridiculous. Now, the name of the console. You may have noticed I've avoided calling it the Nintendo Switch 2 in the video. Ignore the title. Personally, I don't see them calling it the Nintendo Switch 2. They haven't done that before, and I don't see why they would start doing that now. Some other names have been presented, but they don't seem to stand out from each other other than just being another Switch. The Super Nintendo Switch, New Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch Pro. Any of these names could have been used for the OLED version. Instead, this console will need a name that stands out and isn't purely focused on the Nintendo Switch itself. The Nintendo Focus is another name I've seen, but it just doesn't do it for me. Maybe it's the logo or the font, probably the lamp that's in the background of the photo, but something tells me this won't be the name. Honestly, when it comes to the name of the system, there isn't much we can go on. I don't think anyone was thinking the next console following the Wii would be the Wii U, so Nintendo's on their own when it comes to names. And just a quick reminder before the video ends, please remember that these are just rumors. Nintendo hasn't confirmed any of this. For all we know, Nintendo's gonna release something completely different from the Switch. All we can do now is wait and see what Nintendo will do. So what do you think? If Nintendo releases their next console in the upcoming year, what do you want to see from it? Let me know in the comments. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this video, and remember to chase the chaos.